Did you know that combining light physical activity with social connection of some sort can significantly improve our mood? It can reduce our stress and it can increase our follow through. But most of us try and tackle chores all by ourselves, often procrastinating because the task itself feels heavier than it actually is. Welcome back to my Daily Wins podcast. Today, I want to ask you what is sitting on your mental to do list right now? Maybe the laundry that's been piling up for days on end. Maybe it's a drawer that needs sorting, a meal prep that's been postponed. Maybe it's just the paperwork you're postponing. And how much heavier does all of that feel than it actually is? Because today's daily win that I'd like to talk to you about is doing a chore with a friend. Not because you're not capable of doing it on your own, but because the connection with somebody else can completely change the energy and therefore the approach that you take to carrying out that task. And here are 10 things you probably did not know about doing a chore with a friend. Number one, social accountability can dramatically increase our completion rates. Number two, light movement combined with conversation can also improve our mood. Number three, body doubling can increase our focus and our task initiation. I'll come on to that later. Number four, isolation increases the perceived difficulty of any individual task. Number five, shared productivity strengthens bonds. Number six, completing small tasks reduces mental clutter. Number seven, reduced clutter lowers our stress levels. Number eight, conversation itself reduces procrastination. Number nine, shared accomplishment increases motivation. And number 10, strong social connections are linked to our longevity. So, tasks can feel heavy in isolation, but they can feel a lot lighter in company. And maybe in the past, you've never quite thought about the number of ways in which you could complete so many of your jobs, your tasks, your chores with somebody else. But that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about it because I want to ask you, would you rather, as far as this tip is concerned, would you rather be winning or drifting? Would you rather be avoiding the tasks and always putting them off and always procrastinating over them? Or would you rather clear them off your list straight away and then get on with the rest of your day and the rest of your life? Number two, would you rather do everything alone? Or would you rather strengthen your friendships whilst doing these jobs? Number three, would you rather let clutter build quietly or reset your environment weekly? Number four, would you rather feel slightly overwhelmed or quietly and confidently be on top of things? Because, as we always need to remember, with all these would you rather win versus drift questions, we can't be doing both at once. We can't be avoiding the task and clearing it off our list at the same time. We can't be doing everything alone and simultaneously strengthening friendships whilst working on our chores. We can't be letting clutter build quietly and resetting our environment. We can only be doing one or the other. And it doesn't matter which one you're doing, because even the smartest people sometimes don't take advantage of tips like this because we like to compartmentalize certain aspects of our life. We think work is work. We think friends are for social time. We think chores are for solo time, but we rarely overlap the two. But productivity doesn't have to be lonely. In fact, isolation increases procrastination. We actually make it more likely to put off a chore because we're telling ourselves we're going to do it on our own. When you're alone, the small tasks feel bigger. When you're on the phone chatting whilst folding the laundry itself barely even registers. When you FaceTime someone and say, right, let's both tidy up the house for 30 minutes, momentum builds instantly. It's called body doubling, and it works because presence increases action. And when we think about you now versus 5 years from now, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past or up until this point. Let's think about what you want to be doing moving forward in the knowledge that these things can make a real difference. So let's picture you 5 years, 3 years, what, even 6 months from now. Do you want to have the same patterns, the same tasks stacking up, the same procrastination, the same feeling of always being that bit behind? Or do you want to feel like you've built a bit of rhythm? Like you do the laundry whilst on a call with a friend, like you do meal prep catch ups with family members, like you have parallel tidy sessions with your besties. Your house stays lighter, your mind stays clearer, your friendships stay active. Small overlap, but with an enormous shift. And this is so important because cluttered environments increase our stress, and stress reduces our focus, and reduced focus impacts our productivity, and productivity impacts our income. Small, consistent home maintenance prevents costly chaos. We waste less food, we lose fewer items, we avoid last minute purchases. And strong social connections do so much for our mental health, which protects our performance over the long term. So we can think of it as connection being a preventative maintenance for our mind and our mindset and our mental well-being over the course of our life. So, if this sounds interesting and you'd like to think about ways that you can do it, let's just be really simple with it. Let's take the example of calling a friend while we're doing our laundry. Just send a text, say, I'd like to start doing this. I've heard about this tip, think it could benefit us both. Let's schedule a time when we're both going to do the laundry. We'll get on the phone, we'll do it together. It can be something you look forward to. Or you can arrange a FaceTime whilst you're both tackling separate chores. Just having the cameras on, set a time, having somebody present with you, a nice quiet bit of accountability in a perfectly safe, constructive environment where you can both tick the things off your list. Option 3, just invite someone round for a meal prep and a catch up. You can cook double, triple, quadruple. You can share the ideas. You can split the leftovers. We're just looking at ways that we can tick things off our list that in an isolated capacity we think are overwhelming, but shifting that into a capacity where we're doing it with someone that we care about and we can completely change the way in which we view that job. Another option, you could do a 30-minute parallel tidy session. Doesn't matter if it's over the phone or FaceTime. And then you've got a whole variety of other things you could do. It could be gardening related, it could be DIY related, loft clear outs, anything that you've been putting off your list for a long time. You can either do those whilst your friend is doing their respective thing in their house, or you could alternate and help each other out in your own houses, ticking big things off the list. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You can literally arrange it any which way around the jobs that you have to do and the friends that you have in your life. Doesn't have to be dramatic. We just have to overlap the effort with connection. And when we combine those chores with connection with our loved ones, more tasks get done, more clutter gets reduced, our mental load decreases, our conversations deepen, our consistency improves, our isolation shrinks, your environment improves, relationships strengthen. This is all from one shared task, but so many layered ripple effects. And from a health, wealth, and happiness perspective, for your health, combining any light activity with social interaction reduces stress, like we've spoken about, but it also improves your mood regulation. It strengthens your emotional resilience. Strong social bonds are one of the clearest predictors of longevity. So it's such a wonderful way to use that to our advantage. As far as our wealth is concerned, maintaining an organized environment improves productivity and prevents waste. Strong relationships also expand opportunities. They expand support, they expand resilience during challenges. We're so much more likely to make good financial decisions when we are living in an organized environment. And for our happiness, shared effort builds belonging. You feel supported, not isolated. Small wins feel bigger when they're shared, and connection amplifies momentum. These are real ripple effects. This isn't just about tidying your kitchen. This is about creating a lighter life in so many different ways. And here's today's truth. You don't have to carry everything alone. We're so used to doing so many of these tasks isolated, but momentum multiplies in company. So remember that. I end each episode by asking you a question that you can answer in the comments below. And today's question is this: what task in your life right now would feel lighter if you invited someone to be present whilst you did it? Have a think about it. Let me know what springs to mind in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Big love. Big Daddy.